God didn't violate his morals clause.
Oh, morals clause? You've known them forever. You have worked with them, and they more than approve of your behavior. It's fine with them, as is evidenced by the fact that they just gave you the most lucrative deal in the history of morning news. And you don't want to be that guy who says, no, take the morals clause out and then I'll sign it, because that sends a bad message. You know what a morals clause is? It's a moving fucking target. It's anything they want it to be.
Mitch, I'm your business manager, not your lawyer.
So that's interesting. First of all, this situation was obviously governed by an employment agreement, whereas in California, most employments are at will.
What is a morals clause?
It's usually called a conduct clause, code of conduct, but it's more how you're going to produce and show up at work as an executive.
It's ambiguous. What are his obligations under the morals clause? I think he should definitely hire an attorney to see what the contours of his obligations under the morals clause actually are, and whether or not he's breached those.
The fact that he's being terminated based on that clause is actually really interesting, because he also says they're fine with it until they want to find a reason to fire you. Reminds me of that case we just had where this guy was doing all the things that everyone else was doing, but when they came to wanting to fire him, like, this policy is what you didn't abide by, so we're going to fire you for that reason.
And I think it's a good way for an employer to find cause, especially in an employment agreement situation where you're not terminable except for cause. An ambiguous clause like that could really give ammunition to an employer to legally terminate you.
Yeah, and when you are given an employment agreement, do you think it's wise to hire an attorney and help you negotiate terms that may be ambiguous?
I think a layperson, even a highly sophisticated layperson, should have these very important clauses read to them so they understand them, and there's no ambiguity in the future.
If you are fired for cause, that could affect any potential unemployment benefits you get.
Stock options,
Yeah.
grants,
shares.
and things like that, depending on what your agreement says.